Hello and welcome back to episode 13 of Frogs Hollow TV, where we preview this weekend's Hunter Rivmasta Warialda 200 and the upcoming Teagle Excavations ARB Pines Enduro down at Millicent. Before starting the previews, I'd like to welcome onto the panel tonight local Class 2 competitor Nugget. How are you, mate?
Good about yourself, Tobe. Thanks for the interview, mate.
No worries. Good to have you on board. So straight into the Warialda 200 this weekend, gents. 75 entries. Fantastic mix of numbers across all classes. The track is pristine and it's truly going to be a sensational weekend at Monomead.
Yeah, Tobe, I think you're going to be right, mate. The cars are definitely going to be there, and let's just hope that the weather gods are with us this weekend, eh?
Yeah, the club's done a lot of work out there and it's all set to go this weekend. The Super 1650 battle is going to be one to watch this weekend. A few locals in the mix again, yourself, Bash, returning for the first time in the driver's seat, Noah Southern Cross, and Mike Mitchell, who's had a good year. So what are your thoughts on the Super 1650 fight?
She's definitely going to be a good one, mate. It's, they're a few in there, and hopefully we can battle it out with them up the top, and it's good to see Bash back in and got his own car, and Mitchell's on a really good streak this year. It's been good to see him step into one and go as good as he has been.
What are your thoughts, Batch?
Mate, I reckon 1650 is going to be the one to watch, but I can't go past the bloke sitting here beside me. I reckon that he'll give him a good shake-up this year, and I reckon the Mitchells might be up there as well, eh?
I reckon all three locals can contend.
Yeah.
Richard Wilton's obviously one of the more consistent competitors, not only in class but outright in New South Wales over the sort of last half a decade or so. And Stevie Harris always puts his foot down and always hard to contain at his best. Jason Raymond showed some speed last year, so there's a lot of contenders. Mick Spokes is another big player. There's 8 pro-light competitors this year. Ali Howes, of course, won the Milberdale Mountain Classic 12 months ago in a Jimco, a car that's got a lot of history with us here in Warialda with the Rose family. And Dave Luffman, who's basically competes at every event in Australia recently in the Honey Badger. But for you guys, who wins the pro-light class this weekend?
I can't go past the old fellas myself, mate. I can't go. I reckon Big Johnny will give him a shake-up this weekend, coming out of retirement. And one of my favourites, I reckon Davey Mendham will be up there too, mate. He's ever consistent, and we know that he'll be there at the end of the weekend.
What do you reckon, Nug?
Yeah, mate. As Jord said, Big Batch is back. He'll definitely loosen him up a bit. But you can't go wrong with Mick Spokes, can you? He's just on it all the time. But yeah, Mendham in the pro light, a bit more horsepower there. He'll be definitely up there.
We had a great run here last year, and it was always a good run here. Of course, the 1993 Warialda 200 champion, where Batch, your father John, was sitting beside him that weekend, and long time ago now, and he's still looking forward to a cup of tea when he gets here on Friday afternoon, I think. Well, we did miss Dave Mendham in a little preview there, and of course, Batch, who we're going to get to later on. Mick Spokes, always a contender. I think massive chance for outright. Ali Howes, can't go past her. I mean, Mrs. Consistent. She's got to be right in the mix come Sunday afternoon, and of course, Dave Luffman. So great to see the pro-light class stacked this year. Once again, a huge lineup of side-by-side contenders this weekend. Extraordinary 24 crews set for battle. Always great to see. You got an early tip?
Yeah, mate, I can't go past Chris Thomas myself, just out of Moree there, so hopefully he has a good weekend come the race weekend and keeps it on the track.
Yeah, I think he won the class 2 years ago in 2023, so it'd be great to see him back here. Nugget?
Mate, Shivers, he's always up there, and he's got his 2 kids racing as well this year, so they might even put it to him as well. But yeah, no, he's definitely always up there, mate. I'll go with Shivers.
I think Lachlan Waters is the one to beat in the side-by-side class this weekend, and also Conroy Devine. He's definitely one. He's running the older X3. Lachlan Waters has got the new Can-Am R, and I think we're going to literally see, especially if conditions change to what they are as time of recording, I think we could see some side-by-sides seriously hunting for some silverware this weekend. How good is it to see Dan Addard back at Warialda? I mean, the Thunder from down under, Rusty Bell famously quoted, Warialda over a decade or so ago now, and he's always one of the crowd pleasers, one of the best I've seen in Warialda actually, and always putting on a show for the crowd. And likewise, your old man Batch. But it's good to see the Everleys are returning again. Of course, Jared and Mark Everley back in their little sportsmans, and he'll be pushing you guys, I reckon, Nugget. Jared.
Yeah, I reckon they'll be up there, mate. They're always floating about there, aren't they? Like they're just got a couple of good cars too, I see. Yeah, but they'll be up there, I reckon.
And that hard Batch, he's going to be good to watch again.
Mate, he was always a crowd favourite when we were kids. We were always screaming and hanging off that fence whenever we was jumping that finish line jump, weren't we? So he'll be another crowd pleaser, I think. But I know it's been a fair while coming, but it's just going to be good to see that 125 car back out there again. Give me chills down the spine when I heard it up the scrub last weekend.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Can't wait to see Batch back out in his element. So before we get into our Warialda selections, let's take a look at a chat I had earlier in the week with Kempsey's Matty Huxley. I'd like to welcome onto Frogs Hollow TV for the very first time, Kempsey's Matty Huxley. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good yourself, Tobe. Not too bad, mate.
All right, I've heard you've had a big week, but the car's been prepped for a while. The big one this weekend, the Warialda 200. I know it's an event that you and the family look forward to every year, and it's finally here.
Yeah, it's always the one on the calendar to look forward to. Just an awesome track and good weekend to get away and have fun, yeah.
You're coming off a great second outright result down at the Milberdale Mountain Classic. I know you've done quite a few changes to the car before that event. Worked well?
Yeah, mate. Went to Milberdale not expecting to finish or we always expect to finish, but just expected some little gremlin to be there from a complete fresh car and was faultless all weekend and was very happy with the result in the end, yeah.
And back to Warialda, I mean, what a field we've got here this weekend. We've officially got 76 entries at the time of recording, which is probably, I reckon, the second or third most entries we've ever had here at Warialda. Huge quality field all the way down the classes. It's going to be some stiff competition all weekend.
Yeah, mate, there's a number of people there that could be a contender there. Been watching the Facebook posts go up there and a lot of new cars that I haven't seen there before or ones that haven't been there for a while. And, yeah, it's going to be some good racing, yeah.
Yeah, I think out of the 76, there's around 30-odd competitors that have never been to Warialda before. So that's great signs for the New South Wales Championship itself and obviously Warialda and other events across the state. But, I mean, do you have a bit of a game plan heading into the weekend or is it just get out there and get into the groove early?
Yeah, we always try and do our best. Obviously, don't go too hard too early, and it's always a long way home. And I don't know. There's some of them cars that turn up there. We haven't got the horsepower they have, but we seem to. We'll prologue hopefully in the top 10, maybe if things go well, mate, and just chip away at it from there.
As you know, Sunday's a long one and the 6 long course laps always take its toll on the competitors. You finished third outright a couple of years ago, Matt. I'm sure you're looking to obviously replicate that or go a couple better. It'd be a dream result.
Yeah, anything. Well, with that field there, mate, I would be over the moon just to be on the podium, to be honest. But, yeah, we'll definitely try our best and see what we can do, but that's for sure.
Anyway, mate, anyone you'd like to thank? I know it's a big team effort there. We follow your socials pretty closely. You've got a great crew behind you that do a lot of work on and off the track. Anyone you'd like to thank?
Yeah, definitely the boys that come and help in the shed, mate. George, Aaron, Pete, Maven from Maven's Petroleum that helps out. He drives the truck and comes and helps us. My family for the time that allow me to be in the shed all the time. But yeah, definitely the boys in the shed. Tobe, my navigator, when he can, he works away a lot, but he's here whenever he's home. He comes and gives a hand. So, yeah, without them boys, it'd be impossible to even be able to do it, mate. So big thanks to them, and yeah, thanks to you as well for promoting our sport and getting us out there, which is good, I reckon. Yeah, very good.
Yeah, it's going well. Anyway, I've got to throw you the question. If you don't win it this weekend, who do you think will be the hardest car to beat?
Either Josh Howes, he's definitely he's definitely another league to anyone, mate. He's very clean and fast. He always has been, and especially there. If he has no gremlins, definitely him. Or Napsy. You can't take it away from Napsy. He's won 2 years in a row there now. He doesn't do much racing, but geez, when he turns up, he's goes for it, and he's definitely a contender there, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like the magic appears when Naps turns up the Warialda recently, of course, since the sad passing of Terry Rose. He obviously honours that 11 number now on the Illumicraft, and it's just been a dream run. And yeah, hopefully we can see Naps at the finish line. Anyway, mate, thanks for your time on Frogs Hollow TV. We'll see you in a couple of days' time, and all the best to you and the team this weekend.
No worries. Thanks, Tobe. Good luck. Thanks, mate. See you then.
No worries. There he is, Matty Huxley. So thanks to Matt. All the best to you and Toby this weekend, mate. And yeah, I'm sure you guys are going to contend for outright honours. So now into the outright contenders for the 2025 Warialda 200. Michael Napier, men, deservedly carries the favourite tag into this weekend, looking for 3 Warialda wins in a row, which hasn't been done for a number of years now. Scotty Coleman back in the navigator's seat. I know he's up north working. He's one of the last Enna this weekend, but I mean, it's always a pleasure to see Naps run around in that 11 Illumicraft.
Yeah, I don't think Naps will be far from the top, mate. Everything goes his way, he's going to be there.
And Justin Guy, Nugget, he's always on the hunt. If he gets fired up, 2022 champ, he could definitely take it out again.
Yeah, definitely, mate. He's always up there. I know he used to give me and H hell in the race car. He was always hanging off us or in front of us. But, mate, he's always up there. He's on it all the time. So, and he'll be fresh this year, so it'll be good.
Likewise, Josh Howes, I mean, he's had, on his standards, a rugged couple of years. I just think once the penny falls out of the hat for him, he's just going to go away with it and win an event pretty easily. And not saying it's going to be this weekend, but I feel like Josh Howes, if things line up for him, he is the clear competitor to beat this weekend.
I think you're right, Tobe. He was up there last year and then had a few dramas, but mate, he's had as you just said, a few rough years, but he's definitely got one coming his way because he's fast when he's going.
Mick Spokes, another serious competitor, and we've seen him over the years competing, chasing Bruce and Bryce Chapman, of course, Buddy Crow, Andy Ryan, of course, Terry Rose in his little class 2. You just can't rule out a fresh Mick Spokes.
You definitely can't write him off, Tobe. I remember he was always right on the behind of Terry everywhere he went, and it was just a David versus Goliath battle, but geez, I can't wait and see what he can do in a 3.5. He used to wring the neck out of that poor little class 2.
I like Matty Huxley a lot this weekend. I think another competitor who's biting at the bit to get some Warialda silverware once again. He's finished 3rd here a couple of years ago. He comes 2nd at Milberdale this year. He sort of worked his race schedule around to do the bigger events in New South Wales, which is great to see. I think he's going to be a force. Tommy Dixon, I mean, spectacular last year coming out of Doyley's Dam.
Yeah, you're not wrong. He's definitely a crowd pleaser, and he holds that thing flat everywhere he goes, doesn't he?
100%. Ben Scott, of course, the current New South Wales champion. Michael Doolan's another interesting competitor, one of the last to enter this year's event. First time to Monomeath, 2nd at Milberdale a couple of years ago. He's had a good finish at the Don River. He's had a couple of good, decent runs at Fink.
I think he'll be a big part in the end of the weekend if he has a smooth run. Like I know it's only his first run, but I think he'd be impressive to watch.
Couldn't agree more. So a great field, men. Who is your top 3 for the 2025 Hunter Rivmasta Warialda 200 in a roughie? I'll start with you, Jord.
Mate, I've got Tommy Dixon, Naps, and Justin Guy as my top 3, and then my roughie is Michael Doolan.
Mates, go with, can't rule out Naps or Dixon, so I've got Naps and Dixon. Got Howes up there, and throw the roughie in for, Mendham. He'll be swinging up there somewhere.
Yeah, I think he'll be right in the mix.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Josh Howes this weekend. Once again, probably the 3rd or 4th time I've actually picked him in an event this year, but I think if he has a decent run, no mechanical dramas, he's the clear favourite for me. I think Matty Huxley will be thereabouts at the weekend's end, so keep an eye on the 16. And I'm going to go with a little bit of a roughie here. I honestly think that Ali House can outright podium this weekend. I think if just the way the off-road world works, and she's just sort of always thereabouts. She was actually third outright heading into the last couple of laps of the long course last year before she broke down just before the switchbacks. And I don't want to put the curse on the Howes Motorsports, but that's just how I see it. I think Ali is going to be a big contender. And my roughie this weekend, I think Tom Dixon for the outright win. That's my selection. It'd be good to see Tommy Dixon. Of course, you can't rule out Naps as well. He's going for 3 in a row. It would be great to see. So, yeah, that concludes our Warialda 200 wrap, man. Hopefully the weather gods play their part and allow us to have a successful weekend. I'm sure they will. Very confident. Positive thinking. And, it's just going to be an epic weekend. 75 entries and not much more to say. It's going to be busy for everyone, especially you on the snatch trap there, Jord, and Nugget, you'll be piling in the car.
Yeah, mate, I reckon I'll have a fair bit on, especially with 75 entries in them switchbacks, mate. She's going to be pretty busy.
And all the best, Nug. Hopefully you bring her home, mate, and Class 2 glory beckons.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Hopefully we get a nice, smooth run this year. Fingers crossed, eh?
Now on to our preview of next weekend's Teagle Excavations Pines Enduro 400. The fourth and final round of the 2025 ARB Australian Championship, 60-plus starters, and it's a quality lineup once again. Of course, event and championship honours on the line. And what are your early thoughts, Jord?
Mate, as you said, she's a quality lineup again, and it all comes down to now. I reckon it'll be a great weekend down there.
And Nug, championship leader Bowie Graham, who we'd love to see back at Warialda one day, maybe next year. He'll lead the championship into the final round. Another competitor, I can't see him winning the event outright, but another top 4, 5, 6 outright result. I think the championship could be his this year.
Yeah, mate, definitely. It'd be excellent to see him back at Warialda. But, yeah, he's always consistent. He's always up there just sending a little Class 10, and that's all that matters, just consistency.
I know Jord's very impressed with Bowie Graham.
No, mate, he's one of my favourites. He holds that thing flat, eh?
Yeah. Danny Brown is looking for 4 Pines titles on the trot next weekend. His Nissan-powered Lumicraft. I mean, what a feat that'd be. Hasn't done as much racing this year, Danny Brown. I mean, a great man of the sport. Him and his old man Andy have been a big backing of not only the ARB Australian Championship, but off-road racing in Australia in general. I think, you can't rule him out from going 4 to 4, and I think a definite chance. Likewise, Wakery champ Toddy Lehman. What a weekend that was for him only a couple of months ago, and I mean, I think he could definitely go back-to-back in the ARB Championship. Yes,
he definitely got a commanding lead at that last one, mate, but you can't rule him out this weekend either. I reckon get him out in them Pine Forest and he'll send her.
Yeah, of course, he came third there last year behind Danny Brown and Dale Martin, and he slotted into third. Former champion Aaron Haby's back. Great to see the Element prodigy running around again at Millicent. Brent and Dale Martin, can't rule those out. Matty Hansen, Nugget was one of the last cars to enter on the entry list as we record this show, and he's won it a few times.
Yeah, definitely, mate. He's always quick, isn't he? Like, he's good to watch. Just hopefully no dramas. Like, he hasn't had the best of runs, the poor bloke, but, mate, he's always on it, and if he's up there and he's together, he'll be there.
What are your thoughts about Cole Tucker, Batch?
Yeah, another one, Tobe. You can't rule him out as well, mate. If it all falls his way, it just hasn't quite fallen his way this year with the rounds that he's been to, mate. But he's not far from being there, and man, he's quick when he's going.
We'll leave it all out there. Andy Brown, Jake Williams in the ex-OBR Geyser truck. He's back. He'll be one to watch. Damien Nickel, Simon Tucker, Jay Mitchell, Matty Curtis, and Peter Simpson, or other genuine podium contenders. A lot of class battles, of course, to keep an eye on throughout that weekend. But who have you got for your top 3 outright and your championship-winning competitor for 2025?
Myself, mate, I've got Havey, Toddy Lehman, and Cole Tucker. And me roughie is Jay Mitchell. But I can't go past Bowie Graham as the championship winner, mate. Consistency is key, and he seems to be putting that together this year, eh?
Of course, Lachlan Campbell's sitting in second. and Stuart Chapman in third. But the way the point score works these days in ARB Australian Championship, I think there's about anyone in the top 11 or 12 that could still technically win the championship this weekend. So keep an eye on that. Nugget, what are your thoughts in the Millicent?
I got Denny Brown, Habe, and Hanson. Got a roughie, but he's not really a roughie, mate. Like Kyle Tucker, he's just on it. Like, he's there. And, yeah, as Jord said, mate, Bowie Graham, he's consistent. He's always there, so
Always in the mix.
Can't rule him out.
I want to go Toddy Lehman, I think, riding a high in 2025. And, of course, we saw him have that great win at Waikerie and back on home soil at Millicent. It's a big weekend for Todd Lehman. I mean, this is a chance for him to consolidate that position in Australian off-road as one of the big names, and a win this weekend will do that for sure. Kyle Tucker, for me, like you guys have said, if he finishes, he's definitely on the podium. He's raw talent, raw speed, and just lets that Jimco dance, and I think we'll see him do that again next weekend. And Dale Martin, of course, I mean, how can you rule him out? He won that race at Pooncarie to start the year in a massive ORC field. And only his second race of the year. Jake Williams, for me, is a bit of a roughie. Again, I'm not 100% sure if he'll win the event. He'll be pushing hard. He's had a lot of little issues over the last couple of years as well. Hasn't raced since Rainbow at the start of the year, but Jake Williams, I think, will be thereabouts. So, any last words, men, before we wrap up episode 13? Warialda this weekend, can't wait. And then the big one, the Pines Enduro, to wrap up a big month of September.
Yeah, mate, it's been a good month in September, and geez, I hope that these rains hold out. But yeah, all the best to everyone competing at both Warialda and down at the Pines.
Last thought, no?
Yeah, mate, just hopefully she's good weather this weekend, and we finally got that good field, as we've said. So hopefully it all comes together for us and the committee, since they're putting on this great event, and we can go racing and get up her. And, yeah, just good luck to everyone racing down at the Pines and keep her upright.
Couldn't agree more. So that's a wrap on tonight's episode. Thanks again for joining me, Jordan Nug. Good luck to all those competing at both Warialda and Millicent over the next couple of weekends. But more importantly, stay tuned to the next episode of Frogs Hollow TV. Cheerio.
There's no other motorsport like off-road racing. Like, I was born into the sport. Ever since I was a kid, I've been at off-road races. I've watched Dad win a lot of races. I'm just trying to follow in his footsteps. I love the adrenaline rush, going fast, in the dirt, being out of control all the time. Been doing it all my life. Once you do it once, you're hooked. Hunter Rivmasta, it's been around a long time before me. I've grown up with it, working on the cars, helping Dad. Him and Mum have grown it to what it is today. It's a big part of off-road racing in Australia. It's been associated with Warialda for over 20 years now, and there'll be plenty more years to come. It's the biggest race for us of the year. The atmosphere is one of the best you'll ever go to. With the show in town, they close off the roads, you put all your cars out the front. It's great for everyone to get together and talk and chat and talk about what they're going to do on the weekend, and I just love it. It's one of the best parts of the weekend. There's no bad points of Warialda. The track's excellent, it's good for spectators, and it's got a bit of everything. Really rough, tight sections, big rocks, big holes, big river crossings, fast sections, big whoops, sand, you name it, it's got it.